Nice. Gotta find some tags to Clash Royale Day 2. Alright, nice little stream, nice little stream. It's almost here, bro. It's almost here, bro. Edit video. Does the tags work? Gotta find some tags to Clash Royale Day 2. Alright, nice little stream, nice little stream. It's almost here, bro. It's almost here, bro. Edit video. Let's put in those tags in there. Nice, nice, nice. Gotta find some tags to Clash Royale. Should be fine. We should be fine. Alright, nice little stream, nice little stream. Yeah. Well, I'm interested. I don't care about getting no views. Already 1.5k. It's almost starting in here, yeah. Oh. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not. Gonna go back here. We're gonna go back here. Gonna end that. Wait, where's the Clash Royale stream? There, Day 2. I know it got disappeared. Okay, nice. We're back, we're back. About to start soon. It's about to start soon. Where's the chat? I don't know where the chat is. Oh, how do I... Okay, we're not doing this, bro. I guess I'll just have to do the chat manually. Just gotta get it on the left screen because yeah, it doesn't really wanna work, so we just have to go for the regular chat. Ten minutes left. Oh. Why isn't that fine? Give me 1 second, guys. I'm not watching this one. Just did some. Alright guys, we're back, sorry. Okay. Yo. How's the volume? Volume good? Valid, sorry for the inconvenience, we're just waiting. We're chilling. Probably do it like Jinx, yeah. Nice. Hello guys, welcome to the stream. Yes. Probably do it like Jinx, yeah. Yo, hello. Are we good? Nice. Hello guys, welcome to the stream. Nice. Bro, the World Finals is absolutely insane, bro. It is insane, bro. I've been watching. I don't have any green screen, but wish you could do that. Chroma key, I think that exists. No. I guess it's just something like that. Oh no. Nope. We're just gonna get this gone. We're just gonna get it gone. I don't know how to do a green screen here. Are you guys hyped for the event? We got 3 people in the stream. Are you guys hyped for the event? It's about to start. A nice little... See if we can get highest quality. Nice. We have some pretty high quality here. Yep. We have some pretty high quality here. Nice. Welcome to the stream, everybody. I am so hyped for this, bro. It's day 2 starting soon. Clash Royale League. Yo, what's good, bro? How are you, bro? We are about to react to the Clash Royale League World Finals. I don't know how long I'll be live today, because this event usually be 4 hours 50 minutes or something like that. So I'll just be live to see most of the matches. It's about to start. How are you, bro? How are you? Welcome to the stream. I'm just here, just wanna react to this little Clash Royale. So I'm very excited, bro. CC, nice. Oh, forgot I can't. Nice. Oh yeah. It's about to start, bro. 1 minute 40 seconds, bro. I am so excited. It's gonna be very interesting. Let's go. WWs, yes sir. How you been, bro? I've been doing a little videos today. You know, a few. They don't really do too bad, to be honest. Like the like ratio on the videos have improved a lot. The video I did yesterday already has 5,300 views, bro. It's just going up and up. So it's very cool. And right now I just want to do a little streaming. I'm just waiting. I don't know. Is this copyright? I don't know if it's copyright. Alright. I guess we're not gonna monetize
and
the
the
stream.
lineup today is absolutely through the roof. 12-player double elimination
I guess
bracket
we're not
and
gonna
a
monetize
fat
the
$200,000 paycheck to go with it.
When the machine's all moving, he doesn't have an answer, and Adriel takes game 3!
And Igor is in the lead with a minute left. The log is early! Oh my god! The log is early!
Interesting stream, bro. I can watch a little. It's all good, bro. It's all good.
The best hair in Brazil, Lucas! And that's gonna do it. 2 up, 2 down. As soon as it starts, it's over. The best player in the world, Mohamed Light! First elimination of 2025. Sandbox gets it done and stays alive. Fire Spear gonna clean everything up. And Moogie with the 2-0 sweep.
Yes,
So sad to see some players go, but so excited to see who will win.
There is so much more story to be told
Let's
here
go
in our
Mo
2025 World Finals.
WMO Light in the chat. WMO Light.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Your Clash Royale League World Finals! Here they seek the ultimate title.
Yes,
This is
sir.
what you want. Champion versus champion.
That is huge domination. Now, Barrel on the left-hand side.
GG, well played, is dramatic. Oh my word. Takes it, 11:07
Let's
to 10:10.
go. I'm hyped, bro.
Nail in the
I'm so
coffin.
hyped, bro.
This thing just switched on its head in a matter of
WMO
seconds.
Light. Let's go, bro.
the most important best of 3 we've seen today.
This better be a nice World Finals. This better be a really nice World Finals. I'm reacting to the World
Day
Finals.
1 was absolutely electric here at the CRL 2025 World Finals at DreamHack Atlanta. We had last-second lightning finishes, a near perfect second round from our players with the first round bye. We had Evo Skelly send players home, eliminating GOOO. The GOAT had the only match where someone took 0 damage, and our
Yes, sir.
2 other World Finalists find themselves
We're so
in
hyped,
the
bro.
lower bracket, which is where we start Day 2. Hello,
We got
everybody. I'm
JC
Andrew Guy,
and me.
joined here by Joshua
Me,
AC
JC
Sharon, and we
streaming,
are
bro.
back
We're at the
for
same
Day 2
time.
of the CRL 2025
Let's
World
go.
Finals at DreamHack Atlanta. Josh, yesterday was absolutely insane. What are some of the biggest things that stood out to you from Day 1?
I mean, obviously, a lot of these players are playing perfectly.
Yes,
you know, so
sir.
often we're talking about the nerves, the hands are shaking, all these kind of
Alright.
things. We didn't have to do that today. You know, there was 1 or 2 matches where, okay, maybe he could have done one thing differently. Usually we're talking about an entire game. This time it was just, there was one mistake. That's the reason why we lost. The skill level, these players are fantastic.
Absolutely.
bro.
We had a lot of upsets yesterday. We had a lot of players doing exactly what you expected, and we're so excited to pick off right where we left off in the lower bracket. 4 players battling for their lives. As quickly as the day is going to begin, we will
me
already
just
be
get the fake
sending
water ball.
2 of those players home. But of course, before we get into that action, we have to remind all of you at home who is here, how they got here, and how they're going to get through the day. Talk to me about our format, AC.
That's right, we started with 12 players, a double elimination bracket. You lose, you get sent
Nice.
down to the lower bracket, but you still got a chance. Matches are best of 3.
Yes, sir, yes, sir,
until the
guys.
Lower bracket final, upper bracket final, and grand final, which are gonna be best of 5. We love the addition of the best of 5 inside Clash Royale. And the last player standing, you get a lot of money, and you get to hold that trophy.
Yeah, this is about to be
Absolutely.
crazy, bro.
Obviously, holding the trophy is the prize that all these players are really here for. But when you talk about the cash, $500,000 in that prize pot. We already
Let's
gave away
go.
$20,000. The next 2 players will be given $10,000 each. Moving up, we talk about matches. $5,000 for this match, $20,000 for this match. When you talk about 3rd place to 2nd place, that is a $50,000 match. And of course, our grand finals.
Wow,
that is
this is crazy money, bro. We got $200K.
Best
200K for first place,
Absolutely
bro.
insane when you talk about the level of competition
crazy,
here, the
bro.
pressure,
It is
and this
crazy,
incredible
bro.
crowd that we
Alright.
have in Atlanta that has been electric from the moment that we started.
Yeah, I
could
mean,
try to get
look,
another
$200,000, that's a pretty
just
penny.
just
And
make
we saw
everything
some of the
better.
answers. It was like, yes, I want to buy a house. Some of the answers were like, I want to buy sushi. It's cool to
Nice,
see
nice, nice.
how many, you know, it's great to see the personalities that we're seeing this year.
And you can buy a lot of
Yeah,
sushi
the
with
personalities are
$200,000.
crazy. I really
Talking
love the
about
Clash
our
Royale
bracket,
people.
The day that we went
Don't
through
forget to like the
yesterday
stream.
was absolutely
Don't forget to
stunning
like
from
the
start
stream.
to finish. When you talk about starting with the world champion, AC, talk me through some of these matches.
Yeah, I mean, Mohamed Light went 2-0 against Sandbox, and Sandbox really impressed in that opening set against Igor. I mean, you know, whoever wins is really going to impress every single time because of the level of play. Sub went 2-0. Sub is definitely one of those players where it's like you really have to watch out for him. I mean, he is just so consistent, and Frontier Guard really showed up yesterday. I was so impressed by his games yesterday, and yeah, I mean, we could talk about every single one.
Yeah, and maybe the MVP on the day. I heard it in the crowd. I saw it in the comments. Everyone was so impressed, including us forecasters, by Adriel. But when we talk about where we're starting today, Ian77, Vitor, they're going to be our first match, and then it's going to be Igor/Casualty going up against Lucas X Gamer, and then of course later on we'll be getting to Sandbox, who you mentioned just a moment ago. Sandbox is literally going from world champion to world champion to world finalist to world champion in his first 4 matches. Absolutely insane. That's then, though, talking about right now, Ian77, the only American in the mix, going up against Vitor, who was upset yesterday by an incredibly impressive Frontier Guard. So we are going to get to our predictions in just a moment. But remember, you can get your predictions in as well. Event.supercell.com/clashroyale. That's how you get your badge, your spectator badge in 2025. That's how you get the Evo Skelly emote. So if you haven't put in your predictions, if you haven't been getting those points, what are you doing? You've got a day and a half. Let's go. Let's go. Talking about our predictions, I did absolutely horrid yesterday. It was an abomination. But talking about this very first match, I went with
just fixing the camera.
Ian77.
I mean, yeah, Ian77, obviously. Look, he got the first round by. He only had to showcase a couple decks. So there's just so many benefits for him.
Yes, sir.
The crowd
Yes, sir.
is
Yes,
loving
sir.
him. I really think Ian has to be the big favorite in this opening set.
Well, there's only one way to find out who all of the predictions are, and that is right here. Boom. You're going Ian. I'm going Ian. We're all going with Ian.
Everybody's going to Ian, bro.
We'll see.
Everybody.
Not too happy about
That is
but there's only one way to figure
insane.
that out. Rich.
That is
give us our first
insane.
match of day
Everybody's
2.
going for Ian, bro.
I'm here in front of the best crowd in Clash Royale. Let's get things going. 3 years ago, this player broke out on the scene with his first ever #1 finish. Today, he's here for something greater. Atlanta, make it loud for Ian77!
Ian77! W Ian, bro. How do I fix the Chrome? USA with Ian. This is so funny, bro. We got Ian in here.
And his opponent has been a fixture in Clash Royale League since 2020. And now he's a part of the elite 5-time World Finalist club. DreamHack, make some noise for Vitor75!
Oh, it's Vitor, bro. This guy is from Portugal, bro. He's from Portugal, bro. He's insane, bro. This guy yesterday, bro, he lost to a newcomer though, a newcomer from China. He lost to him. But right now, bro, maybe he's playing good. Well, obviously we got predictions on Ian, bro. We definitely have predictions on Ian,
your day
bro.
with a chance to get a ticket sent right back home for Vitor and Ian. 2 fan favorites here, of course. Ian, like I said, the only American here, has a lot of fans in the crowd. He was even saying through our our incredibly strong noise-canceling headphones that he could still hear the roars from the crowd when he was making great plays. Not in a distracting way, but more of an inspiring way. And that's kind of where I want to start talking about why I went with Ian here.
Wow, Ian, bro, he's gonna play so good. He's one of the best players in the world, definitely.
Yesterday I ran into both of them, and Ian was still.
Oh, he goes to the gym.
Right,
that guy is rocking the gym.
How does he do it?
I have no idea. Honestly, he came out, didn't go the way he wanted. He was swept 0-2, sent down to the lower bracket. Only appearance in day 1. But when we ran into the lobby yesterday, he was still feeling great, excited about his chance to come back out on stage, feeling very confident about it. Vitor, on the other hand, he was locked in. He was practicing from the moment that I saw him right after till who knows how late that practice kept going.
Yeah, I mean, he was 100% just in the room until probably 2 a.m., wakes up, probably only got like 4 hours of sleep, and probably practicing again. I do love to see what I'm seeing from both of these players. And it's kind of what we expected.
I think Ian's going to win this.
He's going to make sure
Match
that
11.
he's getting himself ready for the next set. And then Ian, I mean, he's just You've talked about it, the golden retriever energy.
Yeah.
It's just so awesome to talk to him, so awesome to meet him.
It's infectious too, and it's
so
such a great way.
Yeah, after meeting him, or after seeing him yesterday, I was like, wow, he had to have won, right? Like, there's no way he lost and he's still looking like this.
So you see here, LCQ through the
go.
lower bracket was Vitor. Just to let you know, just because he's down, he is not out. And of course, Ian, the Dragon League winner, he let everyone know in 2025 he was here. He was going to be at World Finals. The wish of being a World Finalist was in the
something
past.
else.
Now
Ian's
the
something
wish of
else,
being
bro.
a world champion could be in the near future. Two different stories though yesterday when you talk about Ian going up against Adriel. Literally 2 games decided by last-second lightnings. Josh, you were on the desk for that match. Talk to me a little bit about how that was. Obviously, Ian's doesn't land in game 1, Adriel's does in game 2.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably the best set that we saw all day yesterday, and it was
so I can
only
let them know
2
that I'm
games. You know how
streaming
difficult
with
that
all
is to actually pull that off? I mean, Adriel played fantastic, but Ian also did as well. The second game, he started off so slow, and that's the reason why Adriel was able to walk away with it. But like once he kind of figured it out, it felt like he kind of figured it out for the tournament. It really didn't feel like, okay, yes, he's going to lose that opening set. But now I'm thinking every single set that we're going to see from him today and probably tomorrow, he's probably going to walk away the victor.
Yeah, aggression was the name of the game for a lot of day 1. We saw that in Frontier Guard versus Vitor. Vitor came out, was maybe a bit surprised by what had happened to him in game 1, was able to bounce back in game number 2. And then game number 3, Frontier locked down and sent Vitor to the lower bracket. A big upset there. But Vitor, as you saw, went through that lower bracket. And it sounds like now we're going to get back to the predictions. We saw what all of ours were. We were all at EN77. Now, what did you guys have to say at home? And I feel like it's probably going to be about the same. Yeah, even though Vitor is a 5-time world finalist, we don't know if this is just a bit of favoritism or if maybe they ran into the golden retriever in the lobby as well.
Yeah, we're gonna
saw
close
how
this
positive he was
music.
feeling and went with Ian at a
in the background.
70-30. Remember, event.supercell.com/clashroyale if you want to get your predictions in. That is how you get those rewards. Now, just because the fans and us believe that Ian's going to take this, that does not mean that Vitor is out of this fight at all. We saw him bounce back yesterday.
I think Vitor is gonna.
In the lower bracket,
He might.
It's just about locking in and playing his game.
If Ian makes mistakes, bro, Vitor is gonna win. Listen, it's gonna be like that. Ian has to play perfect defense. And he has to have a pretty good counter to the deck. And then Vitor is gonna lose. But if Ian makes mistakes, I mean, it's 50-50.
You have to know that when the pressure is on,
it's 50-50. You never know. You
we
never
talked
know.
about this yesterday as well. He went through Cloud. He went
If
through
everything
Wallace,
goes good for
Coco,
Ian, he's gonna
he was
win.
able to
There's
beat
not gonna be
Viper in a back-to-back
There's not
grand
gonna be no
finals
doubt
reset. So when you
about
talk
that.
about pressure, this is a guy that has always been able to handle it. And feeling the pressure right now as game 1 is just about to start. Very excited for CRL 2025 World Finals. Day 2, match 1.
Let's
Ian
go, match 1. Let's get it, bro.
Vitor.
Let's get it, match 1. Match 1.
And there's the crowd. The crowd has been so amazing.
Interesting, bro. We got Royal
couple of
Ghost. Ooh.
Ian already started off with the Cannoneer instead of the Princess Tower and cycling the Royal Ghost. I already love Ian 77's deck.
Yep, most likely going to Mortar. This is a very popular
Mortar.
deck played out there. Usually with Goblin Stein, we've seen it with arrows, we've seen it with lightning. Feels like lightning is usually the best way to go. But actually, he's going to run a different
Evil
version. There is an
Skeleton
Evil
Army
version out there as well. Not quite as popular. Excited to see Ian come out with it in game number 1. And obviously,
Evo Snow and Evo Tesla. Yo,
Ian,
this is.
I believe he's probably just recognizing the matchup.
Oh,
early
drill,
on,
drill,
going to the
drill.
money, which is
Drill
super
versus
high.
Mortar, bro.
Usually we see it cycle behind the crown or the King Tower. It's okay if you're giving up fireball damage early. Right there, just cycles it so high. Not sure how I'm feeling about that.
And a lot
That's
of
crazy,
responses to drill here. When you see the Ghost, you see the Skeleton King, and you see that Skarmy. So something that Vitor is going to have to think about.
Activates the ability with the Skeleton King, trying to take out the Berserker. And
The Berserker,
just
bro.
about do that.
The Berserker's
And should
HP
be
is
able to take it out.
insane,
And
bro.
does.
It just
Wow,
stands.
The surround not done perfectly. Fire Spirit, though, comes out for Vitor to clean up that Skarmy, but we do have a lock here. And you can see Ian taking a look up going,
Oh,
all right,
wow.
buddy, here we go.
What amazing
Just because you already
vines
doesn't
by
mean I'm not
Ian,
ready.
bro.
And there we go. Cannoneer takes out the left
Nice
side
defense.
perfectly. Evo Snowball.
Oh, perfect.
A lot of
Perfect
damage.
Evo Snow.
And now all
That's
of a
gonna be
sudden, Vitor
damage.
takes the lead.
He actually has the
We're
lead now.
already cycled to that very first Evo Snowball. Throws it on top
They
of that
both
Skarmy.
play on like
Ian
another
has to take some
level,
damage
bro.
to give some
They know
points
how
himself.
to hit stuff exactly.
I
They
mean, technically,
perfect.
Are about the same, or a little bit in the lead, right? It's about a 400 HP difference when those towers start.
Yeah, it's always weird talking about who's in the lead, who isn't. Right there, activates the ability. 3
Oh.
elixirs for Vitor.
Evo goes.
Snowball off.
Evo goes. Mother Witch is going to retarget.
Oh,
Mother Witch
wow.
retargets on the piggies. Skelly's
That
dead
is
piggies, excuse me,
damage.
and that tower is down below 1,000 HP.
900
already 50 seconds
HP,
remaining
that is
regulation.
crazy.
Yeah, and now he has the Evo Skarmy in cycle as well. Miner going to go on top of the Crown Tower, and he's probably going to be able to Vines once again.
Yep.
So Vitor needs to think of an answer, and he will.
Wow,
Those vines, they really
that
can
is
catch you off guard. We saw it happen
damage.
yesterday to Sam.
Ian
where
is
one
in
Evo
the
skeleton got
lead.
away. Sandbox pulled the
Oh
trigger
wow,
on the vines
Ian is
last
going
second.
crazy, bro.
That's GG, well played. Right now, Ian using the vines to
I
his
mean,
favor.
Vitor can
5:17
still win,
remains on
but the
Vitor's
chances
tower,
are
only 20
just
seconds
not
remaining in
high.
regulation.
Yeah, and Vitor's
Ooh.
making it way too easy to defend with the Skeleton Kings. He's stopping the drill plus
Now
the
we
Berserker,
got
plus the
Evo
Fire Spirit,
Skeleton
and
Army
still being able to
next.
get offensive pressure with it. Vitor needed to set up differently on offense, and that's why Ian is in this lead.
Ian drops
Wow.
the minion horde. Last card out. Only spell he has.
Oh my
those
goodness,
vines.
it locked.
And it lost.
Oh, it lost.
104. Not enough.
That
But
is,
Miner
Ian
plus
got
some
this round.
vines
There
gonna
is
bring it
no
pretty
coming
dang
back.
close.
There is no coming back.
Ian needs to
GG's.
catch
There
it.
is
Is Vitor
no
going in with the
coming back.
prediction Vines? He's not going to be able to defend. Forces out the Evo Snowball. The Fire Spirit is down. It doesn't matter. It's over.
Yeah, it's over.
And you can see
First round,
Ian looking
obviously,
at the
Ian,
crowd
that was a
over and over
very,
throughout
very
the
easy
game, feeling
prediction.
the energy from the room.
I mean, I'm thinking taking up
Nice.
a little bit too often.
Ian is going
Honestly,
crazy,
gotta
bro.
lock in, brother. Lock in.
Game
But you know
is
what?
not over.
It's one of those things, when you know you've made a big play, you know your opponent doesn't have a response, or you know you got one on over your opponent, he's looking up to the crowd to let them know he appreciates them being here. Vitor now 1 loss away from his 2025 CRL run coming to an end.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Ian 77 just playing absolutely lights out. I loved how he was setting everything up. The Skeleton King on defense was way too easy for him.
Yep.
He was getting offensive pressure, the offensive vines to take care of the tower, plus bomber, and then, oh my goodness, you're not playing anything down in time. It was just a little too simple for Ian right there.
What went wrong? It felt like it just went wrong for Vitor from the very get-go.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe it comes down to he didn't recognize the deck that Ian was running, and so he didn't really recognize the matchup. I don't know. Berserker is one of those weird cards where you think it gets a ton of value every single time, but it's not getting enough. You don't have that true true tank killer or anything. You would have loved a better card for those Skeleton Kings because he was always defending with the Berserker plus Snowball and all this stuff.
I mean, you
Yo,
don't have a
that's
true
crazy.
tank, right?
Yeah.
You just have the Berserker and Skellies, and when you're talking about dealing with something like the Royal Ghost and something like a Skeleton King, it's going to be very, very difficult to lock them down. And Ian just kept up the pressure. Mother Witch got some targets, even though it didn't seem like there was a lot of, swarmy targets to go after. Held the Minion Horde till the very end, and it was just very, very clean from top to bottom.
Yeah, I love the Minion Horde at the very end. He really recognized early on he's got the Evo Snowball, the Tesla, the Fire
Wow,
Spirit. I
that
can't
is
do anything with
crazy.
this. I'm just going to hold it. That was so smart by Ian.
And I also like this Mortar deck specifically. You're using some of the cards that we're not seeing used as much yesterday. We didn't see a whole lot of Evo Skarmy. We didn't see a whole lot of Mother Witch using Vines early on. So he still got a lot of the most popular cards in the meta available to his disposal, at his disposal. So really like this deck choice in game number 1 from Ishmael and Ian.
Yeah, and now we really need to talk about Vitor. I mean, what does he have to do in order to get himself back in this tournament, really?
I mean, it really felt like for me that he was just feeling the nerves, right? It felt like he never kind of got comfortable, whereas Ian came out swinging. And that's like what we were saying just a little bit ago, was aggression was the name of the game in day 1. We saw a lot of players just go hyper-aggressive. I think some players, including Vitor himself, and maybe that's what Ian, I actually even have that written down, was that Vitor was feeling the pressure yesterday from Frontier Guard, maybe being surprised that he was feeling so confident. I feel like he might almost be in the exact same boat today, maybe thinking Ian was also feeling the stress or the pressure of the crowd, the fact that he's up against elimination already on day 2, the beginning of day 2, excuse me, in his very first run, and Ian goes, no, not feeling it, feeling the crowd, I'm gonna come right at you.
Yeah, it's just
predictions on
ridiculous
second round?
how little pressure Ian is feeling so far. And I mean, that's really what comes down. I mean, when you are a content creator, it's so important to be able to just not worry about anything. This is my game, I'm playing it.
That's right, he's used to a big crowd watching.
A little prediction in the chat. Who wins the next second match? Ian or
Can he
Vitor?
move on in the lower bracket, or will Vitor push this to a game 3?
Let's see what we got here. Who is gonna win this
Good Mother Witch,
prediction?
going to be able to spawn 3 little
Sorry.
piggies. The cannon
Nice
should
little
be able to
piggies there.
defend properly. And
Oh,
Vitor
he's
just gonna be
playing
waiting.
cannon.
He's gonna be messing around with one of those.
Say Ian looks like he's running hog,
Earthquake.
which is, and you look at him, like, he even knows the crowd is here for it. I mean, that's when you know. You know,
we got
right? You're just like,
Earthquake.
this is my win
Oh,
condition.
Mighty Miner,
I'm
yeah.
gonna play hog for you guys.
Hog
And he
Earthquake,
keeps looking
hog
up at that crowd.
Earthquake.
Like you said, Josh, I like the showmanship, but I hope that he doesn't get distracted.
Yeah, and that is what happens. Firecracker on the
Yes.
left side should be able to take
Oh,
care
my
of
bad.
most of the
I failed
zappies
the
with
pull.
the help of the bar barrel. He recognizes Vitor shouldn't have a lot of elixir, and the Fisherman to pull it to the King Tower. Good Fisherman from Vitor, but I don't know. Ian just looks like he knows this matchup so perfectly. He's just not worried.
Ian, one of the first people to
Interesting.
complete
Ian
the 20-win
is.
challenge.
I mean,
with
they're
Hog
glazing
EQ.
Ian
He's
in the
saying a lot in
commentary
his video
a
that
lot.
Hog EQ is not as popular as
They're
it has been. Not
glazing.
seeing a lot of it in the 20-win challenge. Then he did it, and then I started to see a lot more of it.
Wow,
I don't know
they're
if those
glazing
things,
him like
I
crazy.
saw it.
YouTube video. It's a great video.
Yeah, he's a great content creator. So here we go early on. Things pretty close. Did get a hog hit in, but it did have to sacrifice a King Tower activation. And this is also interesting because Vitor and his coach are
Just
known to go
hogging.
beat down after losing game 1. So I wonder if this is a deck that Ian feels incredibly confident with, getting another hog hit or 2 in, and he's got a decent counter push on the right-hand side.
Yeah, beautiful setup from Ian. He's not going to go with the cannon low. Instead, he's going to defend with the Mighty Miner, take out the RG, protect himself from those zappies. Ghost is going to stay alive long enough that the tower can take it out, and the Mighty Miner plus Skelly is going to lock everything up.
Skelly's come down to
Interesting,
clean up that
interesting.
zappy.
Good,
Like
good,
that play
good,
there.
good
Make
fights,
sure the
good
Mighty Miner
fights.
doesn't
Yeah.
lose too
I mean,
much
these
HP.
guys are
Now
real
going back in,
pros.
gonna have to get that
Fisherman,
first
pull
point
it back.
and
Yep.
moves it right back to the giant
Prediction.
Skelly. I don't know if that's going to be enough DPS. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, the slow from the Fisherman saves him, and the Evo Cannon plus Firecracker
Nice
plus
arrows
Easter.
to save
I
the
mean,
fish.
his
Oh, yeah.
micro
Nice
is
bar barrel.
just beautiful.
I mean, when you get to play your comfort on the biggest stage in the world, it's very difficult for your opponent, right? Especially when you find yourself in a decent matchup, and the crowd is loving it. 1784, another hog hit in, 1467, lowest tower for Ian, 2652. This is the guy that everyone was expecting to see yesterday.
Yeah, and right there, he gets the Skellies in time. I mean, Ian is playing this perfectly. We know how talented he is with this. We expect that from him, but still, to do it on the live stage is something else.
Bro, this is crazy.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Ian looks up to the crowd. He knows he's sewn things up.
GG's
And you can see right there on
2-0.
Vitor's face. He knows
I mean,
it's
I
over.
knew he would win.
I mean, Ian just cycling the bar barrel right there, trying to get himself to another couple earthquakes. Might go in with the hogs, but instead just going to defend. He just looks so comfortable.
And Mother Witch right there looking for those skellies that might come out. Instead of bar barrel comes out. There is the bomb from the Mighty Miner.
Why?
A little bit of a push here, but very manageable for Ian.
Yeah, right
Very
here, a
manageable.
little bit going on, but
Yeah, a
the
little dicey
Firecracker,
actually.
The Mighty Miner going to be able to take out the Mother Witch. Tower
Yeah,
down
it's
to
just 2
11-3.
earthquake
Good
cycles,
game coming out
easy
from Vitor.
earthquake.
He's going to try and pull the trick that Ian pulls off all the time, but we're going to see if he actually wants to defend, and he will.
There's just no way to get through this AC with the amount of damage that needs
Yeah,
to be done
it's just
by Vitor.
one more earthquake and it's
Here
done
it
for.
is.
The
It
Sansa will
is
Do it,
over.
and Ian does it with his comfort deck to stay alive and keep the run going in his 2025 World Finals run.
Should have played like some kind of minor control deck.
And the crowd is
Minor control decks are
absolutely
always
loving
good.
it. Ian
I
is
don't know why I don't
loving
play
it.
it.
The crowd.
Like, if you
This is
play
what we
good,
wanted. And Vitor,
minor
being
control, you're
the
gonna win
great
every time.
sportsman that he always is, shakes
You're
his
gonna win
opponent's
every
hand,
single time.
And he says goodbye to the CRL
Every single time if you play
2025
minor
World
control
Finals
decks,
stage.
you're gonna win every single time.
And Ian
Every
is feeling the
single
love
time
that
you're
you
gonna
can
win.
only get on a stage
Ooh,
like this.
interviews.
Rich, we got one American. Let's hear what he has to say to
Interview.
this crowd.
The crowd is
I'm here
loving
with your
Ian, bro. We
winner,
got interview.
77, Ian. You had a tough day out today, but right now you just got the biggest pop maybe we've ever heard in Clash Royale since 2019. Tell me how this crowd is making you feel right now.
Dude, honestly insane, man. I'm blown away by all the support. Like yesterday I was backstage, bro. I almost shed a tear, bro. I was like so grateful I could be here and for all of you guys. And yeah, all praise to God, man. All praise to God.
So game number one, you want to
W
unorthodox
Ian,
with
bro.
your mortar pick,
W Ian.
but then game number two, the crowd pleaser. You come out with Hog. Talk to me about that choice for game two.
Well, honestly, it was kind of unprepared for. I didn't even plan to use Hog EQ in this set, but I just randomly went for it on the spot. I didn't really have an obvious pick, so I just felt like I could outplay people with my comfort. And the mortar deck, it was a really nice variation. It had like, you know, Ghost and Skelly King.
This guy knows his
so
things.
really well.
He knows his things,
so
bro.
you got the win
he definitely
under
knows
your
his
belt.
things.
Obviously feeling
EM,
way
bro.
more comfortable. How are you seeing your prospects for this world title?
I'm feeling pretty good. You know, I just had to loosen
He's
up on
humble.
that first match. You know, just had
Humble
to get used to
king.
the stage. But I feel very dialed in now on this stage. And
He's humble.
Yeah, I'm
Ian is
feeling
humble.
good. You know, I'm feeling a lower bracket run coming.
We're all excited to see it. Everybody, one more time.
Ian.
77.
Ian, GG's.
The best things
Great
about
guy.
the World
Really
Finals
great
and our monthly
guy.
finals is that best of 3, and it is the double elimination, right? That is such a great mentality
Great
that
guy,
Ian had there,
Ian.
and that's what he said yesterday when we talked to him, is just because you dropped the first game, your tournament run is still going. He was able to get those jitters out on day 1, which is, I mean, imagine, right? You're going to have those nerves when you've never been on this stage before. He plays through them, doesn't get what he wants, gets us some nail-biting games against Adriel, then comes out day 2 with dominance. Gets the crowd and uses it to his advantage instead of feeling the pressure from it.
Yeah, I mean, that's such a difficult thing to do, but he did it, and you have to assume that Vitor was thinking that the entire
Ian
time.
was just playing
Every
way too
single
good, bro.
hog hit
We got
was, whoa,
Yeah.
going for the crowd,
Berserker
and
hog.
That is just so
No,
tough when you are as
Firecracker hog,
And
bro.
the predictions from
Evil
Ian
Cannon,
were
bro. It's such a great deck,
whether
bro.
it was looking for, you know,
It
the
is
Skellies
such
to
a
block
great
the
deck.
Fish Boy, whether it was the EQ on top of the Skarmy, everything
Wow,
was
it's
just
such a great deck,
so
bro.
clean. Or even predicting that your opponent's going to play something like a Mother Witch and then defending differently. So you play your comfort, you play it perfectly. You see here in game number 1, this is exactly what he
game
was just
number 1
talking
was
about.
minor
Great
control.
matchup here, AC.
Yeah, I mean, it was just
Minor
you
control,
learn quickly
always
on,
a
I
very
can't use
good
the
deck.
Minion Horde, I have to use the Skeleton King for every single drill, and I go aggressive with the Skarmy, the Ghost, and the Mortar. I mean, it just went to perfection in both of those games, but especially game number 1. This is a weird matchup. It's not one that you can just tell right off the bat, this player is going to win. It's kind of 50-50 who's going to play it better.
Yeah.
And I mean, game 1, we saw him play it better. Game 2, we saw him play it perfect.
So now 3 players have been eliminated, and that's the name of the
bro.
game. We
Ian
are
is
huge fans
up.
of Vitor, but his run does come to an end here in 2025.
Ian, he's in
along
lower
with Frontier
bracket.
Guard and OP Sam. Next up, we have
Vitor
Lucas.
is
Next
gone.
game, we're going
Frontier
against a former world champion
gone.
in Casualty/Igor.
No,
of course, winning that
Frontier
world
is
championship
gone.
back in 2019 with Team
It was
Liquid.
yesterday,
This is a
Frontier
very,
won
very
versus
steep match as
Vitor.
well. I mean, we were talking about it on broadcast yesterday. It's crazy because even if
Frontier
you
was
win
actually
round
pretty
1,
good.
you
It
could
was
still
from
be up
China.
for elimination in that first lower bracket round.
Yeah, I mean, it's so brutal, and you know, that's how these tournaments are. You know, you just have to be okay. If something goes against my way, you know what?
Zardy is also
I'll
pretty
deal with
good.
it.
He is
I'll
aura.
get into that next game. Lucas and Igor. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm very,
Igor,
very
yeah.
excited about this. And of course, there's only one way to go from here, and that is to get our players out on stage in just a moment. But this was a very, very good way to start our day.
Nice first
There's no better
matches,
way.
bro.
I mean,
2-0
just
Ian.
Ian, I love his interview. I mean, his interview was making me tear up, and I was like, I have to go back on camera.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we go. Let's take a look at what just happened here in game number 1.
Wow. A little lag on the stream. Both were excited to play. And Mortar gets to GG's, yeah. The mortar lock was very good by Ian, bro. He has that brain, bro. He's smart. He's really, really smart. Nice little earthquake there. Whole push gone. Earthquake just took down. Six HP easy. W Ian, bro. Yo guys, we got 5 people in the chat. What you guys think about these 2 rounds? We had Ian versus Vitor. Vitor played very well, Ian played very well, but Ian played a little better obviously because he won 2 times in a row. But they both played perfectly.
Moogie, there's only been 2 solo world champions in CRL history, you and Mohamed Light. Why do you think that is, and what sets you two apart?
モハメド・ライトと僕はオフラインでの勝負強さとかもそうだと思うんですけど、やはり常に冷静でプレイできるのは個人的には強みかなと感じてます。
Something is wrong with your stream.
Only 3-time world champion in
と思うん
the
です
history
け
of this
ど
game.
やは
Do
り
you
常
give
に
any thought
Yo,
to your
what's the problem with my
in
stream?
Clash Royale?
自身が初めての3度目のチャン
The
ピオン
stream
になる
looks
ため
fine.
にすごいやっぱそれは個人的にも大きなものだと感じるので
Any thought
Yo,
to your
what's the problem with my stream?
Clash Royale? You have a
自身
reputation
が初めて
amongst
の
other
3度目の
pros
チャンピオンになるた
for
めに
grinding the least out of
I'm
all
listening to the
players.
stream. I'm not
Is that
saying stuff
true?
twice.
And how do you view
Is
it?
it fixed?
最も練習が少ないという噂は
Is it
昔は
fixed?
多分本当だったんですけど
Yo, let
今
me know
は
if it's fixed.
自分的にはすごい努力をして頑張ってると思ってはいます最も
Is it
練
fixed?
習が少ない
Say
という
to all of
噂
your
は
opponents?
対戦相手に対しての
Should be
一言は
good, right?
絶対に
I
勝ち
think
ま
it
す
should be good now.
Thanks
It was
Moody,
some
so
kind of
much for
lag.
being here, and we can't wait to see you compete.
Introducing a 5-time world finalist. It's his 5th seed for CRL World Finals 2025.
Am I fine?
Everyone,
Am I fine?
give it up for Lucas!
Oh, we got Lucas in here. Yo, is it fine now? Is it fine? I think it should be fine. It's good. Nice, nice, nice.
And his opponent, it's his first live
Lucas.
appearance since 2019. And he's the infamous Mortar Master. Everyone, give it up for Igor!
Igor. He's a mortar master. No. This guy knows how to play mortar, bro. This guy is so nonchalant. He's always nonchalant.
And what a fascinating matchup we have in front of us when you look at Lucas and Igor. Lucas, of course, so much emotion we see on stage. Igor completely
Igor is always
anything
like
that looks like feeling out here. And when you talk about play styles, though, I think they're actually a lot closer.
Yeah, I mean, they're very similar. It's, you know, quick cycle. I want to outplay my opponent. And that's exactly what both of those players do. They want to embarrass their
the
opponents.
crew check.
Lucas,
crew check.
his first set, that's kind of what he did. He dominated in that first set.
Nice.
His second set yesterday, he didn't do
Aura
as well.
king, for
We're
real.
gonna see which Lucas
Bro
shows
is
up.
just
And then Igor,
farming all the aura,
we
bro.
know he can show up. We know he can do everything that we have been talking about. He just hasn't shown it yet.
Here's the big question I have for you, Josh, as we saw an uncharacteristically poor performance from Igor yesterday. The multiple missed logs on the drill playing defense, whether it be not used to the kind of shift in damage or just out of practice or just nervous here in front of this big rowdy crowd. I'm wondering if we see a repeat of what Lucas did last year in some of his games, especially against Adro, where he played
he's just
safe,
aura
played
farming too
fast
much,
up,
bro.
forced his opponent who
He's
had
so
nerve
nonchalant
to maybe make some mistakes and put that same kind of pressure on Igor here today.
Yeah, I think that's a phenomenal choice if Lucas does go that way. Igor on the other side, like, you know, it's just crazy to use the word nerves when looking at his face. I don't believe it, but at the same time, I still love that choice from Lucas. I want him to go as quick as possible, make his opponent use as many cards, and just try and outplay.
Well, you know, when you think about nerves, we can go back to a few other players who
Jack
didn't
of all
appear nervous.
trades. Lucas has
Light
incredibly
used to talk
depth
about his nerves
and
that he
knowledge
had
of
that
the
we
game.
just couldn't see
Can
on
they
stage.
ever predict
Or
which
back to
one he will
2023,
bring?
a similarly stoic personality.
Yo, this is...
in
We don't know what
Sosa, who was
Lucas is gonna
actually a
play.
bundle of nerves
But it's gonna be a high chance that
2023
Igor's gonna
campaign.
play
So
Mortar,
what's
but
on the
Lucas is gonna
outside,
think
that
he's gonna play
doesn't always tell us a
Mortar,
story
and he won't
of
play
what's
Mortar.
happening on the inside. Of course,
It's very
what's
much...
happening back behind stage is also another important conversation because both of these players here, without coaches, not working with teams or analysts to figure out those picks. And I know that on one side, Lucas is preparing a lot. I don't know what Igor's doing, and that's why I'm going to guess. Let me go ahead and get your prediction out here. I'm going to guess that you're going with...
I mean,
Sorry.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
there we
that's
go.
me.
All right, and
That's
you
me.
are going with
Yep.
Lucas, and
All
then
right.
I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm going with Lucas as well. It's just, I can't go against Lucas. We're all going Lucas. He showcased a lot of great things. Now it's time to see what the audience, what the community is going to be saying.
Yeah, nobody thinks Zardy,
It's
bro.
probably going to be another one of those
Like,
70-30s.
nobody
think
picked
Lucas has
Igor,
to
bro.
That's my
I mean-
guess. Let's see it. And 63-37
Wow.
for Lucas over Igor. And look, Igor, when he is at his best, is one of the most frightening Clash Royale pros on the planet.
Yep.
All-time #1 ladder player, although maybe Mo is starting to take that away as he's putting multiple accounts in the top 10 regularly. I told him last night when I saw him, Mohammed, I think it's time for 4 in the top 10 at the same time. Has he done 4 yet? Maybe, has he done 5?
It's close. It's close. I know there was one time where it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, but then I think the final day, like he lost 2 accounts, and it's like, oh, only 2 in the top 10. What are we doing here?
Well, of course, Igor's used to that pressure. The question is whether he's comfortable with the
Igor
pressure
has
he has
no
here
pressure.
right
Igor
now.
is
That's
just
the
gonna
big
play.
one. We saw him stand up to
it's still
the
very
biggest
difficult
pressure
because
ever
Lucas
in
might have
2019,
pressure, but
that was
Lucas
years
still
ago.
is. I mean,
Now
he's
we're
more
here,
in depth.
Atlanta, DreamHack,
He can pick other
back
decks.
against the wall.
Igor's
No
like mainly
teammates to help
mortar.
you out. It's win or go home. Let's get it going. Game number 1, Lucas and Igor. And there's maybe a hint of a smile,
That's
or was
right,
that chewing from Igor? I wasn't quite
A
sure.
little
which.
smile.
Yeah, it must have been accidental. It must have been a chew.
So no shockers here. Miner from Igor to open things up. Lucas went to the front, gonna go ahead and get the pick up.
Miner,
Take a little bit of
wall
chip damage on the
breakers.
left-hand
Ooh.
side as the Berserker finishes off the helmeted one.
Yeah, and Igor's going to do the same thing that Pedro was doing with these off-center. You know, usually you go right on top of the tower, going just an extra tile off to try and get some of those troops to walk away.
And Miner right to the Dark Goblin. And this is, you know, this is big. We're starting to see Igor maybe make some more of his style of plays. We've already seen today one player get over the nerves and make a big comeback and a big stand on stage.
Dual hit. Dual hit by
right there.
Lucas.
Both of the wall breakers are going to connect. The bar barrel doesn't do enough damage. It's just one of those weird interactions. There's so many small interactions with with the wall breakers where you're like, of course this is going to take it out.
This is going to be
There's
a
no
very
way, and
good
then they
match,
just
bro.
still
It's
hit
going to
the
be a
tower.
really good match. A really good match.
Igor sitting on his elixir a little bit, waiting for his opponent to make the move.
And then Lucas choosing to run, you know, that 1.9 elixir bait deck, I don't think that should be legal in my opinion, so I'm glad to see that he's going to be using a more standard variation. Evo Skellies plus Mighty Miner going to be able to lock in and take that out.
A
Ice
lot
Spirit
of
on the left
pressure
side,
right
these
now.
Evo Wall Breakers plus Evo Skellies, there's a little bit of a push, but Lucas is going to defend this beautifully.
Yeah,
It does force out a response for the Mighty Miner. Igor switches the side. He's going to get on tower here potentially. Ice Spirit slows things down. Might get a little bit of turn of the drill.
Oh,
but not
very
much
little
damage.
chip damage.
Double elixir on its way in a moment. Right now, it's pretty even in both lanes.
Yeah, and we see Igor shake his head. I would have liked to see that up and hut just one tile lower. It would have allowed the Dark Goblin to be able to walk in, have the Crown Tower take it out. Instead, Dark Goblin gets 4 or 5 shots, and now Lucas takes the lead all the way back.
Yeah, Lucas is in the lead right now. I'm hyped to watch Mo Light.
Igor a little
Same,
heavier
bro.
in this
It's going to
deck.
be interesting.
Getting the
He's
Mighty
the best
Miner
player
up
in the
front.
world.
Goblin
Well, him
Hunter
or
now
Riley.
pushing that low
I'm going to say
position.
him or Riley. It's between
And that's
them.
going to be perfect right there. Mighty Miner to try and finish off the Dark Goblin. 1886, lowest tower for Lucas. 1593, lowest tower for Igor. And really, you know, the game is close, but so far Lucas has played a much cleaner game.
Split on the Evo barrel. Let's see how Igor handles it. Takes a ton of damage
Oh,
on the left-hand
wow.
side.
That
Oh
is
my
a lot
word.
of damage.
Yeah, and I think that might have been Evo Skellies or something taken out right there. 9 seconds, almost to OT. And Lucas is just dominating. He's just playing this so much better than Igor is so far.
Miner working for Igor. One wall breaker trying to make it. Does connect. Bar barrel down. And the hut drop behind.
Oh, wow,
Had to
that's
be a
game.
misclick.
That's it. Lucas takes game number 1.
Yeah, Lucas dominated the entire time. He was so
Yo,
clever
Igor has
with
to
his,
find a better deck,
bar
bro.
barrels. He was always placing them in
it might be
different tile
Mortar, bro.
placements, making it difficult for Igor. Usually when you're playing against bait and you have the bar barrel, you don't have to think. It's just okay. They're not gonna do too many things. Not once did Lucas play the bar or the Goblin barrel in the same position. He was always making it difficult. Always another thing to think about. And I loved Lucas's gameplay from game number 1.
And I love seeing what he did here, going with this
He has
really
to
fast cycle
get
play
some
down
very
to
good
put
deck
the
right now.
pressure
It's gonna
on
be over.
Igor. And we saw the cracks begin to show as some of those mistakes were uncharacteristic. And I believe he's here. Hazard, aka Busby, once said years ago, mistakes beget mistakes, and we saw that here.
Very,
Yeah,
very bad
Igor.
mistake.
definitely needs to figure something out, and we all know he can absolutely do it. This is game number 1 overall. Lucas going to be running a little bit tankier version of Logbait, and I love this variation. It allows you to just have so many options. It feels like you know your opponent is going to be running a deck that's 3.5, 3.7 elixir or lower, so you want the Berserker, you want the Valk, you want that strong defense, and then on the other side, Igor just not enough.
The first round, Lucas was doing great.
Version would have been a
He
little
was
bit
doing
better.
really
The one that
good.
Pedro ran.
We'll have to see if Igor can catch up.
Well, the big question here is, where does Igor go in game number 2? Last time he went to Royal Giant in game 2 in his first round matchup, and that was the best success he had. That was his one win, but I really don't want him going there again, because you know that Lucas is coming to cover Royal Giant.
Yeah, and you know, going against Lucas when he's running RG, that's a scary task. It's clear that he's very well versed in that matchup. He's well versed with anything using RG. So just RG really scares me. I don't know what I'm feeling, because Miner's out. I mean, I'd like to see Mortar, really.
Yeah, I mean, you want to see it, but of course, then you have that concern. You go back and forth. My suspicion here is that Lucas might go RG lightning.
Where's
right?
Igor
He might
from?
try to go for a big snipe here.
He doesn't have a logo of his
Igor
country in the
Mortar,
background.
And that's actually a
Just
good choice.
interested where he's from.
Yeah, and I mean, really, if you're Lucas,
This
you're
next
just
round is
trying
gonna
to
be
counter
insane.
that deck twice. You're not going to allow him to do it.
It's gonna be insane.
I mean,
deck.
it doesn't matter how nervous he is. Once a Mortar is in his hands, he's just going to play it perfectly.
Well, both players taking their time, getting themselves ready, and I think we are just moments away. Game number 2.
Let's go.
Here we go.
Not gonna monetize the stream. I feel like it's too much.
Not sure who Igor is talking to, but you see a few words there.
Yeah, he's talking to himself.
And both players really slow.
We'll
No
have
one
to see
making
what
the
we
first
got
move.
here.
Yeah, not sure if the production team is the best coach, but
Guard cycle. Lucas shows the baby dragon.
Oh, baby.
seeing
Is
baby
this
Giant,
gonna be
you kind of
Golem?
automatically assume that it's gonna be E-Giant. Igor on the other
E-Giant will
side.
go. Ooh.
Ooh, and he's gonna be running P.E.K.K.A.
P.E.K.K.A.
Feels like it's one of the first P.E.K.K.As that we've seen in this tournament.
And Graveyard for Igor here. E-Spirit to cover.
Yeah,
And Valk not in range.
beautiful timing with the E-Spirit. E-Wiz coming as well for Lucas. Takes about 600 damage. And Igor just going to set up the defense with a Goblin Cage.
And that's a big Inferno Dragon, especially with the Electro Wiz covered. Gonna burn that all the way down, I believe. Ooh. And there you go.
Yeah,
nice
defense for Igor.
defense there.
Gorgeous
Very
Ice
good
Spirit
defense
right there.
by
I was so
Igor.
worried that it was going to get
That's some really good
out of the
defense,
range
bro.
of the Inferno Dragon.
That
Instead,
is good
just
defense.
inside, Inferno Dragon cleans up everything. Yeah, and he's taking no damage. That was a perfect start to the game for Igor.
Your
First
prediction?
90 seconds away. So far,
Your
so
prediction
good
in chat, we
for the
think
former
winning.
Team Liquid
We think
Hero.
winning. Predictions.
Wasn't able to play for that squad for the entire year. Couldn't get his way over to the States. I think he might have still been underage to play in the league, but at the time, Liquid coach Eric Benamou signed him anyway, with the plan being we'll need him at Worlds. Ran a 3-man squad, right? With just Canario, Surgical Goblin, and Diego B. And they made it all the way, and then Igor showed up as a rookie and got it done.
And right here, Inferno Dragon on top of the P.E.K.K.A. again. Lucas trying to save up the Lightning and not going to. That's just going to be a really easy defense
I have a
for
feeling.
Igor. See if he wants to defend this Baby Dragon. Baby Dragon does get the splash.
I
so
feel
a
like
little bit of
Igor's
a
gonna win
mistime
this
right
round.
there. And that's
He
gonna get
just
the left
has
tower down to
way
25-69.
better
Full
defense in
reset for
counter.
Igor, setting up with the Goblin Cage.
Guards, yeah, pressure on the left-hand side here.
I feel like Igor's gonna win.
Yeah,
What
I
you
really
guys
like
think,
what Lucas
bro?
is doing. He's allowing
You think
Igor to
Lucas?
just, he's just forcing
You think
Igor to
Lucas gonna
cycle.
win?
He had to go guard
I have
the
a
bridge.
feeling
You
Igor just
obviously
has the
want those
better-
guards for those
Oh.
P.E.K.K.As.
Not looking so good for him.
And this is a big lightning. Trying to get the Ram Rider breakthrough, but an absolute traffic jam at the bridge. And the snowball,
Bad snowball.
unnecessary. Some wasted elixir on Igor's part. This is going to give a big advantage to Lucas as we move into the sudden death period.
Those are just some of those small mistakes that we've seen. Inferno Dragon up high. He was in cycle, so going to be able to defend that very easily. Igor just looks like he was trying to cycle. It wasn't anything too cute. And right here, let's see if the Evo
You never know what's
work.
happening, bro.
Pulling everything together. Ewis gets a couple of big hits on the right-hand side. 90 seconds left. And still, we are razor thin.
Oh, damage
At this
from
point,
Val.
it's just so difficult for Igor to set up an offensive attack.
It's gonna do
just
lightning
defense,
value.
defense, defense.
It's so much
ever since
lightning
that
value,
opening
bro.
push.
Left
Here
side,
we go.
lightning
Gonna
value,
go
watch.
on the right-hand side.
Oh,
Foul
he's too
pressuring.
late.
No, goes graveyard left-hand lane. And this is where you can start getting dangerous, right? Triple elixir. You can put some graveyards out, take some risks.
Yeah, I'd like to see some sort of push, Bill. I'm not exactly sure why he went on the right side and then went with the Graveyard in the left. Inferno Dragon plus the Valk plus the Snowball should be able to defend that pretty nicely, but does need to go with guards, and he will. The right tower now lowered
right
down to
tower
1706.
Igor can switch lanes here. But Lucas
Nice
in a good
arrows
spot.
trying to. Yo, guys,
Not a
who do you
big
guys
lead,
think
though.
winning, bro?
1706
Nice
to
arrows,
18,
bro. That's
15,
some
40
nice
seconds
arrows.
left.
And it's interesting to see how all these P.E.K.K.A decks, it's no longer the Evo P.E.K.K.A. You're trying to get those support troops to be your Evos. 18, 15, 1706. 30 seconds left to determine if this is going to a game 3.
We
Ram
have to
Rider
get.
playing defense
Oh, we have
against
to
the
get.
graveyard.
We have to get
Not a lot getting
arrows.
through here.
Arrows, come
Ram
on.
Rider trying to make it. The Evo Valk goes down. Cage in the hold. Snowball trying to stop the Ram Rider. Ram Rider will connect. And now another one on the right-hand side. That's an absolutely huge push. 10 seconds left. That Ram Rider should connect here. Cage to stop.
Cage.
Igor needs to get on tower. Lightning puts the damage in. That's gonna be it. Lucas
Lucas
gets it
won.
done in 2.
You were right, bro. You were right, bro. Lucas won, bro.
And a shake of the hands and an inauspicious end to Igor's 2025 campaign. And Lucas staying in the mix.
Let's get the interview, bro.
Scary for everybody out there.
Yeah, if Lucas wins game number 1, he's winning game number 2. That's what we're seeing. And, you know, we need to learn more about his thoughts. Let's send it down to Juice and Lucas.
What a match. Just talk to me how you're feeling after a very intense game 1 of day 2.
I think I feel relieved. I didn't really sleep much. Either didn't sleep well today, so I think it's a relief to win game 1. I hope I can get
Yo, guys,
momentum and keep
poll.
the,
I need to know this poll. If you guys want me to go into Jinx's stream instead of this stream.
I mean, talk to me about like all the stuff that's going behind the scenes, because that's what really interests me. You know, when it comes to
I will be
building,
watching
deck building,
Jinxie.
stuff like that. Like, how are you preparing in that?
I will be
sort of
watching
aspect of this
Jinxie,
match?
be watching this. It's exactly the
I sort
same.
of try to
It's just I'm watching Jinxie.
pretend I'm them, try to, you know,
Do we want that?
they could think I could do.
So we can.
Try to self-scout, try to scout them as well. There's the stage factor that you got to consider. Not everything is
I
how it
think
looks
I might do
online. So if I get like a 40-60 matchup here and I'm in a comfortable position and they are not, I just might win. So it's been intense though, because doing everything alone is kind of.
Can we get some
it's
people?
A bit too much.
Can we get some people
Especially
voting in the poll?
Day 2 full of games, so I should be in LS, you know, versus 7 players here if everything goes well. Should be a long day though.
Awesome. Yo, one more time. Give it up for Lucas. Some great matches all around.
And definitely you see some of these players who have support maybe a bit more relaxed. We've seen Lucas quite a lot. Of course, Spirit's always pretty good, but I have noticed as we've gotten deeper into this week and now deeper into the day, the mood's starting to tense up a little bit. And Lucas puts it right there. It's a lot of work. It's going to be a long day.
All right, bro. See ya, bro.
Yeah, I've never seen him act that relaxed. Just kind of wishing that he had more help. He always likes to be that lone wolf. I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to figure this out. So it's really interesting to see. And, you know, it's not too late. You can pick up an analyst. You can pick up a coach. So we're going to see if he wants to do that over the course of the weekend or if he's going to continue
it doesn't really
to do
matter
it
because
by
I'm not
himself.
monetizing this
Here's
stream anyway.
game number 2, and I loved what he was doing. He was setting up the P.E.K.K.A.s in the back. He was trying to cycle the ghost. I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to figure this out. So it's really interesting to see. And you know, it's not too late. You can pick up an analyst.
I got time for one battle. We're gonna see if he before the next match, and I want to use that deck that all the pros use, bro.
Here's game number 2, and I loved what he was doing. He was setting up the P.E.K.K.A.s in the back. He was trying to cycle the Ghost, the Baby Dragon, and really, once he got the triple elixir, I mean, Igor, there was just nothing he could do. Lucas was so...
Give me a second, guys. I'm fixing
Can you guys see?
And he was sending so...
Okay, chat, I got time for one game before the next match, and let's do it with this deck, bro. All right? This is literally what all the pros use, bro. Okay? This is what all the pros use.
Unfortunately, Igor is getting sent home. Here is the bracket overall, and wow, this bracket's starting to get real tight.
Yeah, now we're down to our top 8. Of course, Mohamed, Sub, Adriel, and Pedro. But now we have Lucas and Ian matching up in their next round. That's going to be an absolute blast. I love seeing these two players. And then coming up very soon, we're going to have Moogie and Sandbox. So everyone's taking those big steps closer again. When we get to the end of the day, we'll be down to our final 3. So a lot left to get through. And a lot more people ending their trip right here at what has been such an amazing event, DreamHack Atlanta. We've got so much stuff going on. There's artist booths, there's creators. If you want to buy a really oversized sword, they have tons of those over there.
Where is it?
Yeah, it's that way.
Okay,
there's oversized swords all over. So it's a whole lot of fun here. And of course, as we've said before, one of the best crowds I've ever seen for a Clash Royale League, all here enjoying this amazing event that we get to do right here in Atlanta. And Josh, you know, I'm wondering if these guys will have a chance to actually see some of this city, as it's been such a warm and welcoming place for us.
Yeah, I mean, a beautiful city, a beautiful disc golf course as well.
Sure.
Yeah, I hurt my leg doing that. Just so much walking.
Well, we've got our next matchup coming up very soon.
Minutes.
Don't go
it's 6
anywhere.
to 7 minutes
Sandbox
until the next
and
match,
Moogie
guys.
after this.
6 to 7 minutes. Six to 7 minutes.
With the meta changing so much right now, how do you feel that it either strengthens or weakens your play?
많은 사람들이 저를 보고 샌드박스는 빅덱밖에 못 쓰는 거 아니냐라고 말을 많이 했는데, 저는 원래부터 사이클 덱을 워낙 잘 썼던 플레이어였던 만큼 전 딱히 메타 변화에 상관이 없습니다.
He's the first ever two-time world champion, trying to make it 3 in 2025. Give it up for Moogie!
Messed up a little bit. We got Moogie, bro, one of the best players, bro. He won World Championship.
He's already faced off against 2 world champions. Why not make it 3 to keep his dream run going? Give it up for Sandbox!
Oh, that's disgusting.
We're sitting here joined by Jackson Juicy J Wall. And Jackson, glad to have you back on the desk. This is an interesting matchup, right? Because this is another one of those that we see where on paper everyone will be picking Moogie. I'm guessing predictions are going to come in pretty heavily for Moogie. But we've seen Sandbox buck the trend. He talked about not wanting to be thought of as a beat-down, heavy deck player. He's primarily played and been primarily successful with those cycle decks today.
Yeah, I mean, he does a great job of controlling the match. You know, I feel like he kind of slowly but surely made his way, right? You know, he was known for stuff like Splash Yard and Electro Giant, and then he kind of used his skills in Splash Yard, converted it to Minor Poison, and continues to make his decks cheaper and cheaper as he becomes not only a control player, but a cycle control player as well.
Well, speaking on the other side of things, Mugi, of course, known as this big cycle player, but the piece of success he had yesterday in the loss against Adriel was with E-Giant.
Right, yeah, that's interesting. When I was researching both of these players, like they both played E-Giant yesterday, and once again, they're both very good at RNG as well, where you kind of have that mid-tier kind of deck, control deck. So it'll be really interesting to see either one of those mirror matches. It could be wild.
And you can see the head-to-head data on these two throughout the year. 16-11 in favor of Mugi, but of course you have that very critical win for Sandbox in the finals of the Kalalas Cup, that 2-0 win. So Sandy able to get the better of Mugi in some places, and this will also be a big question about that preparation. We've talked about this a bit before. Tight, a long-time coach, but the question is, will he remain unpredictable or be easy to read for Sandbox and his team today? And let's see what
skeletons,
you all are thinking about
I'm
this
getting
matchup.
too many skeletons,
Will it be Mugi? Will it be Sandbox?
really like skeletons
Here we go,
only.
and our viewer votes coming in just one moment.
Yeah, speaking of predictions, here we have
crazy, bro. I've been getting skeletons.
Mugi at a 67%.
6-7.
Sitting at 33. I feel like this is kind of what a lot of people are thinking. Sandbox obviously still has a really good chance, but once again, a two-time world champion on stage, it's just really tough to go against.
Yeah, it's always difficult. Let's go ahead and take a look at our predictions now. So first up, let's go ahead and see what my buddy Jackson has over here. He's picking Mugi on this one. Now let's go ahead and see what I picked. I think I might buck the trend. That's right. I am picking Sandy. I like what Game Saver's been doing here. I like what he's doing with Sandbox specifically. He's a guy who needs to go for snipes against some of these big guys. Saver has been swinging, Sandbox has been hitting, and looks like Andrew's on my side, and Josh going along with you, Juice.
Yeah, I talked to Josh beforehand as well. You know, we just picked Mugi based on his experience. Talking to Frontier Guard after losing to Mugi in day one, he was just like, you know, I can go on stage, I can do my best, but in the end, I'm going against a world champ, and that experience on stage is like none other.
Yeah, it certainly is. Of course, we saw the experience, the skill, and the coach-player relationship of Adriel coming out on top against Mugi on day number one. So curious to see if Game Saver and Sandbox can replicate that same thing. Of course, a little difference here. We might see taking, like I said, big swings rather than going for those close matchups. But this is a big one. Again, we are in the elimination bracket. No more lives to give. Mugi, the two-time world champion, wants to stay in the hunt for 3. Sandbox wants to end it. Let's go, game number 1.
The crowd's just going wild. I love it. I love the energy here. Hogger at the bridge immediately from Sandbox to start us off.
You know, a little surprise from Sandbox to start off. I kind of thought he would be going to snipe Hog. Instead, going Hog himself.
And Mugi just going to one of his comfort decks. He's got a log bait deck of some sort. Could see as soon as he saw the guards in the Dark Ops, Sandbox kind of nodding his head, maybe kind of expecting this sort of deck. Probably has a log or a bar barrel for any sort of bait element, and most likely an Earthquake for Mugi, potentially having a mortar here.
Skelly barrel to the right-hand side. Hog push does not get.
But this guy got a million air cards.
Going to work here. Hog should get a couple, at least one, and it does.
Wow, big celebrations of Sandbox. He's really happy with this Hog connection left-hand lane, and that's what we're talking about. Earthquake and Log, ready for the Dark Gob, ready for the mortars. It's a really great matchup for Sandy here.
Both players slowing down a bit, letting their elixir build all the way back up. What's the key for Mugi here? This is definitely a challenging situation, but how does he win this matchup?
That's why I love to cast with you, Rich. You're always asking me the important questions, and to answer it, I would say the big thing is definitely using the opposite lane. You don't want to go same lane. What you can do is you can place your mortar high in the opposite lane and use another card to push the Hog over with anti-Earthquake. And he tries to do it here, but he has to play same.
And this Hog's gonna get one as well. There we go. That's a huge one though, down to 1207 already. Plus the Evo Firecracker connects. And that is a lot. 597 remaining. Mugi in a world of trouble, and we're just entering double elixir.
Skeleton Barrel at the bridge, trying to get the Evo back in cycle. Cannon Gonna do a great job of defending as well.
Ooh.
You know, once again, I'm just thinking from Mugi's perspective, how do you come back in this scenario? It's really tough.
Losing
You
right
have
now.
to fend off the firecrackers, the
Ian is
earthquake
so
chip,
good.
but also the hog rider. Sandbox is going to continue to apply lots of pressure.
Cannon card getting a little bit of defense in front of it, trying to find a way to break through. Cannon plus Earthquake on the right-hand side to shut down his mortar. But here we go, bit of a push on the right-hand side. Evo Skelly Barrel gonna get knocked right up close to that tower. Log to clear.
Beautiful. Mighty Miner,
Looks like
bro.
the firecracker, really nice defense, getting the king activation and utilizing the fireball to prevent the hog connection. You know, maybe there's a little bit of life in the position here for Mugi, but it's still very dire.
And that Evo Cannon gonna open things up a little bit for Sandbox. Do we expect to see any Earthquake cycle here? I mean, getting the pre-Earthquake for the Hog Rider.
Yeah, but then the
GG's, bro. Cal won this one.
GG's.
Wow, that is game. Sandbox with the nod on the head. He knows he's got the dub. Beautiful stuff all around.
Yeah, Cal with the first
Sandbox
round.
going psycho.
Wow, that was crazy.
Continuing to buck the expectations and doing it in the biggest moments here.
Wow, I'd love to see the Sandbox signs in the crowd. We got some Korean viewers here showing up, trying to support their player. And here's the stats. Like you said, a little bit of a cheaper cycle for Sandy, and he kind of utilized that really well to not only out cycle, but in order to pressure and also cheaply defend.
And taking a look at the decks here, Mugi playing a different variation. We saw him play Mortar against Adriel yesterday. He was playing an Arrows Skelly King variation instead of the one that we see in front of us. And he played E-Giant in that deck alongside the Hyperbait. That was part of that Hyperbait matchup. So very curious to see if he mixes things up. And a similar progression, playing a deck like this one in practice. I saw him go with Drill Rocket and also with a Royal Giant Spirit Empress deck.
Yeah, I mean, the versatility of all these players is always astounding to me. But, you know, once again, looking at this matchup as a whole, I think that, like you said, Sandbox did a great job of working with his coach in order to get a great matchup and really, you know, kind of jump the hurdle that is Mugi on stage.
And that's a big one here, right? We're starting to see Sandbox seem like he's really, really comfortable. He's talked about the nerves starting to melt away a little bit. And you know, with this big crowd here, it can make things a little bit more shaky on occasion. And some people we've seen step up to it, some blink a little bit under the lights. This is starting to feel like maybe it's Sandbox's moment.
I know. I've been kind of rooting for him. I think he's really my dark horse pick for this tournament. I think he has a great chance of actually winning it all. And I think one of the biggest things that was really stopping him was his confidence. You know, seeing him backstage, I didn't see a lot of that from him. And the other thing is just momentum. But now that he's won a game off Mugi, hopping to game number 2, we are going to see a little bit more confidence, I assume, from Sandman.
And here we go. Now it's going to be Hog. This is maybe what, and Sandbox with a smile here. He might have a snipe set up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, once again, if you can predict that, you know, Mugi's going to play Hog, I'm sure GameSaver, his coach, is also very aware of such a thing. So looking at Sandbox decks, we see a Queen and some cycle cards, perhaps a drill deck, maybe a minor control variation. Either way, it's going to be super solid versus Hog Rider.
Archer Queen, going to go ahead and pop the ability. Easy damage prevention there for Mugi.
So Evo Valk, Evo Snowball, most definitely going to be Drill. And he has a Bomb Tower as well. Bomb Tower is historically really solid to deal with Hog Quake, just being a little bit tankier. I mean, you can see already, Hog is not breaking through.
Yeah, Bomb Tower, Evo Valk, Evo Snowball, even the Drill on defense if you need it. And if you look at the deck from Mugi, he has some coverage for that Drill, but not the typical splash.
Yeah, I agree. You know, you'd much rather have a Evo Ghost or even a Valkyrie instead of the Mighty Miner versus the Drill. Instead, he's going to be really trying to utilize
Yo,
the
buddy,
log.
bro.
The log is definitely the card to look out for.
This ain't no
It's really good with those
advertising
goblins.
stream, bro.
But if Sandbox can play his Evo Snowball
Relax.
right, he's going to be able to circumvent that defense.
Mighty Miner going to use the ability on the Archer.
At least
Queen.
donate
Drill
$1 if you're gonna
get
write
in
that
front.
down.
Queen tanking
joking.
for the drill for the moment. And that's a lot spent to cover.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see just in the elixir disparity between the elixir bars, Sandbox is definitely up a lot. He's going to realize that and go for the Queen, the bridge with ability,
Bro,
trying to apply some more
Sandbox
pressure and
playing too
cycle
good,
back to
bro.
another drill.
Sandy won against Igor with a variation on this deck yesterday. Was running guards instead of skeleton. Last card in that situation was the poison.
Hog through with the pre-firecracker for the Queen. We do see a Queen ability, but once again, using the Evo Snowball in defense is not something that you never want to do. It's a big win for Mugi to force that out.
Drill one direction, Hog the other. There's the poison for Sandbox. Gets a little bit of goblin damage on that right-hand tower. But as we go into sudden death overtime, lead for the two-time, 26-42. Add the earthquake damage in, 23-01. Will the Hog get there too?
We do see some nice Queen plus Snowball. The Hog will not get a hit. And the Valkyrie up high to stop the Firecracker as well. It's just really solid control. And now Sandbox going to be able to counter push after playing the spell first. That's what I love to see about these pros, knowing when to go spell second or first with their push.
Drill to the outside. And we're not seeing the same difficulty we saw from Igor in this matchup with the log on the drill timing.
Mighty ability does decent amount of damage to
Yo,
the
bro, you
Queen
have to comment
and a
something else, bro.
Barbarian
I'm
able
gonna
to
just
protect.
remove
It's
that
very
comment.
common idea to try to defend your
If
Queen
you're just
on
in
the
here,
counter
just put a
pushes.
comment and leave, bro.
And you saw the attempted prediction probably on
I give you
skeletons.
1 minute, bro, to
With
type
the snowball
something
there
else
might
before
have
I'm
been
removing that comment.
prediction on a firecracker or either
If you're
way.
not in
but
the stream, bro, you're not getting the advertisement, buddy.
Snowball to nowhere, now drill in with the poison.
Oof. Evo Snowball drops, and the
That's a lot
Goblins
of
have
damage.
free raid.
Oh, wow, that's
free raid on the
damage.
tower.
That's damage,
Both
bro.
guys delivering big blows in the final minute.
Sandbox
you
with a
just-
nice prediction
you
Queen
just
ability
left, bro.
on the
We're
front of the Firecracker
removing
as
this
well.
comment, bro.
He's really feeling good. That first game momentum is really showing itself here.
Bomb towers are just
Your
shutting down
advertisement
these
is not
hogs.
needed here.
Can
It's
Mugi
just
find a way
nice
to
little chill
outcycle?
stream.
We see an early Queen ability again, once again, preparing for a Firecracker, and then a Valkyrie as well to deal with. And the Barbarian connects the Evo Cracker as well.
Drill in, cannon in front. Poison there as well. Pretty decent hold from Mugi, preserving the possibility, but this is feeling difficult. Is this the end for Mugi in 2025? Hog up the middle, pre-log for the Skellies. Snowball pushes it back, and that's it. Sandbox has done it. 2 world champions down for Sandy.
My bad, the stream, my bad. Should be back
Unbelievable.
up.
Wow, and you can just see the relief on Sandbox's face. He's just beat a 2-time world champ, and he made it look easy. Like you said, he worked with his coach, got some great deck
GGs,
picks,
bro.
and then utilized those advantages perfectly in order to secure the win.
Goodbye, Mugi, bro.
Luck is work and preparation. Sandy made his own luck. Let's go down to the floor where Andrew Guy is standing by with our winner.
Sandy's insane.
All right, Sandbox, you've already faced off against every former world champion in the competition. You've taken out 2 of them already. How do you feel being the underdog has been giving you an advantage in these situations?
이제 3명의 세계 챔피언들과 그 게임을 해주시는데 언더독이라는 위치가 도움이 됐다고 생각하시나요?
Sandbox 2-0.
다른 사람들이 언더독이라고 해도 모하메드만 아니면 저는 언더독이 아니라고 생각하기 때문에 이길 수 있었던 것 같습니다.
I don't know how other people view me, but I personally think I was the only underdog under Mohammed. With other competitors, I didn't think I was an underdog.
Love the confidence there, and the crowd loves it too.
Nice confidence,
You've already played
bro.
through 2
Good for
elimination
him.
matches. Every match here on out is going to be an elimination match. You
Good
got to go
for
through a
him,
lower
bro. I'm
bracket
happy.
run talk to me about managing that pressure.
이미 두 번의 탈락전에서 이기셨는데 그런 압박감을 어떻게 이겨내셨는지.
저의 코치인 게임 제트 세이버가 넌 할 수 있다고 해줘서 이겨낼 수 있었던 것 같습니다.
My coach always tells me that you can do it, and he's the one who gave me the most confidence.
He's got a great coach. Give it up for Sandbox!
Love seeing the success for Sandbox on this stage. And again, we're talking about the preparation, coming in ready to get it done. But you have to also talk about that mentality. And Sandbox now finally seems to be in a winner's mentality.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, this is the confidence that he needs to propel him through the lower bracket. Looking at battle deck number 2 here, once again, it was kind of a reverse. Moogie took the Hoggy Q, but Sandbox was completely ready for it. The Barbarian Barrel, one of the best counters, the Firecracker, the Bomb Tower preparing for the defense of the Hog, as well as the Snowball. Whenever Moogie had the chance to outcycle that Bomb Tower, it was always a Queen plus Snowball for no hits plus a counter push.
Yeah, that was absolutely huge, and we saw Sandbox use those counter pushes very effectively, trying to layer his attack, and then when he finally started getting those the drill plus poison cooking over and over again, he pulled away.
Yeah, it was impressive stuff. I mean, just a great 2-0 sweep here. We'd love to see the gameplay coming in from Sandman. Looking at number 1 once again, you know, it was another just really solid matchup. It was just Hoggy Q versus Mortar. Maybe if Moog had a secondary win condition, like a Miner or something a little bit more consistent, he would have a chance to break through. But with just Mortar and Skeleton Barrel, Sandbox defense was just simply too locked down.
You know, one of the interesting things about that second game matchup was the inability to outcycle the Bomb Tower and then also being covered by that Snowball plus Archer Queen. How impactful do you think the no longer having 3-card cycle was on that?
Yeah, I think that it's a big thing, right? Like the no 3-card cycle makes it so you just can't get through those bomb towers and those quick cycle decks. Instead, you try to rely on cycle multiple Mighty Miners for pressure, but it's just simply not the same.
Not the same at all. Also not the same here. We're down one more world champion. Moogie out for this 2025 campaign. Now there is only one person who can become a 3-time champion, and that is Mohamed Light. Of course, we'll be seeing some of him later today. Coming up next, though, we have another elimination matchup. A banger. Lucas and Ian. Don't go anywhere.
Lucas
That's
and
coming
Ian,
up soon.
bro. That's insane.
For me, the best part about competing in person is seeing my friends in the crowd celebrate.
Eu acho que a tensão, você ficar nervoso ali, se provar durante o nervosismo, acho que é uma das melhores coisas, com a adrenalina ali. Então, eu gosto um pouco.
Seeing the people you can only talk to for like the internet.
오히려 더 설레고요. 원래 오프라인을 제가 좋아하는 만큼 굉장히 팬들 앞에서 하고 싶었습니다, 그동안.
我觉得有观众最棒的部分就是有欢呼声和掌声嘛。
Definitely hearing the crowd.
When you win and you hear everybody shouting and cheering for you.
Mohamed Light, let's
A melhor
go.
parte de estar competindo ao vivo com todos os fãs é que você vê a torcida ali nas partidas. Tem mais emoção também em você chegar ali e jogar e ver o pessoal torcendo para tal pessoa. Cara, é muito legal mesmo competir assim.
I don't even know yet, but I think I'm about to figure out because this is my first time playing it like in person on stage, but it's just really cool to see all the energy that the fans bring, and I'm excited to bring them a live performance for the first time.
観客の前でプレイすることはやはり普段歓声とかがないので、 いいプレーをした時とかに歓声を上がるのがとても気持ちいいです。
Dar mi mejor nivel alante de ellos y que ellos aprecien el nivel que tengo.
Nothing, because I prefer playing from home, at home. I feel more comfortable and I don't like social media.
Do not let this guy start off game one with a win because he is gonna sweep it. This man is Lucas!
Ooh, we got Lucas. Interesting, we got Lucas in here now.
Loved by the crowd and for good reason. He's a lovely dude, a swell guy, and jacked beyond belief. He is Ian!
And that home crowd loving to see Ian back on the stage. And it has been a day of sweeps so far, Juicy, for Lucas and for Ian. Hoping that this is going to be the first one to go to game number 3 between these two players and what we've seen from them today already. Juicy, what really stood out to you?
Man, I just loved how Ian was able to bounce back from a loss yesterday and stay composed and almost feed off the energy of the crowd. It's like he's using that to propel him forward.
Yeah, that was what we were talking about in that match. You know, he kept looking up at the crowd, and Josh and I were like, well, I hope he's not getting distracted by the crowd, but really harnessing the energy from them. And on the other side of it, and Lucas absolutely dialed in that matchup against Igor. It was played so clean. He was on top of every defense, no one to get aggressive. And these guys, I feel like, have met their final form here in World Finals 2025.
I know, this is my favorite match to watch. Both players coming off a win, feeling good. You know, they're in stride. They're working with Ian's working with his coach well. That's the other thing that I really loved about Lucas's gameplay is he's actually picking for himself, yet on stage, he doesn't let that get to him, and he really does a great job of making the right cards count.
So difficult to make that decision on stage. While it might feel like an eternity for us waiting for the next game to start, imagine all the mental gymnastics that you have to do in that small amount of time, figuring things out to get the absolute best matchup possible, and that is what you're gonna want here. Talking about the predictions from chat, I hope you guys got them in. I'm very curious to see where this goes. I feel like it'll be slightly in favor. I was going to say of Ian. I was going to say like a 55-45 type situation, but Lucas, of course, being here as many times as he has at World Final, maybe giving him the edge.
Yeah, okay, let's go to see what I voted first. Ian. I'm going with Ian.
Okay, I'm curious. I was running up the stage. I don't know if they got my prediction in, but they did. You guys rock. I'm going Lucas X Gamer, the man with the best hair in the biz, and looking to see what Rich and Josh. I am the lone wolf here. I got to say, my predictions were atrocious yesterday, but I've been doing well today. You boys might be in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, the reason I picked Ian is, once again, he's feeding off the crowd really well. I know his coach, Ismail. He does a great job. They've been working well together. He told me that, Ian's coach told me that he worked for 14 hours last night in order to prepare for potential matchups today.
I don't even know there was 14 hours between then and now, but Ian apparently has been grinding the whole time, and Lucas on the other side of it, I feel like he kind of got the jitters out. He's locked in now. When I talk to him backstage, he feels very comfortable, very confident, obviously very familiar with the live stage, but this is a very, very tough opponent in Ian. It's going to be one of those situations, while even though he had the predictions online, you imagine the crowd is going to be more responsive to positive moments from Ian rather than Lucas.
I know. But like what Josh said on stage, if Lucas is able to get that one game at the beginning, he's going to take that and he's going to make it a 2-0 sweep really quickly. So really anything can happen. This is a very close match, and I think the community predictions really showed that.
Juicy, when you were live on stage at WCG, did you have any moments where you felt like you were the underdog in terms of the crowd, or did you feel like they were always behind you?
Yeah, I definitely think there were some moments where, you know, the crowd is going for another player, and it's definitely a really tough situation because you have to really find the motivation and discipline within yourself instead.
Well, let's see if Lucas can do that, knowing that this is a home crowd for Ian. Here we go, elimination match between Ian and Lucas. Who's going to take it? Game number 1.
Log from Ian and an E-Spirit, maybe Hog Rider, looking like he's going back to his bread and butter.
Like it. Love to see it. Both these guys. We're going to see Lucas playing Miner, Ian playing Hog. This is the type of matchup you want to see. And Ian already with the emotes, but as you guys said before, those emotes don't really mean anything other than Ian's just doing what he does.
Right. Ice Spirit here will stop
Who
the
do you
Hog.
think winning, guys?
Firecracker.
I think Ian.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, wow.
Okay, wow. The Hog just gets a connection, but the Firecracker does activate King. So Lucas is in a decent position going forward from here.
Perfect time to E-Spirit there to clean up the Royal Ghost, make sure it doesn't go invisible once again. But it is Lucas with the... Oh, excuse me. Looks like these graphics are a bit swapped. Ian's on the bottom of the screen, Lucas at the top.
Hog inbound. Miner doing a great job of defending.
And Hog trying to go on through. Stopped by the cannon. Lucas taking pause here. You imagine they've played this matchup against each other numerous times, maybe on ladder over the years, different versions of Miner control. Oof. And bomb does not go off in time. You see Ian with a little bit of a smile there, wishing he could have got that damage.
Second Ghost of the game. Evo Ghost will be in cycle soon. A very common idea is to use that Evo Ghost on defense from the Hog to prevent Earthquake value and to get a counter push. We'll see if Lucas is going to be able to make that happen.
Sneaks the Hog right in front, pre-Earthquake for the cannon. Hog Rider going to go through and get another
nice
shot.
hit. Oh,
so
Ian.
much spent. Bar barrel, cannon, minions, doesn't matter. Ian breaks through once again.
I've played against Ian on ladder
Whoa.
quite a few times, and this
Ian
is always
crazy.
what it feels like. It seems like for some reason, his Hog Rider always just gets that final hit in.
It's the perfect timing, the early pre-Earthquake, knowing exactly how your opponent's going to respond, how much damage the units do, or the units that are in his hand, watching the cycle. And there we go. This is what you were talking about before, Juicy. The anti-Earthquake placement pushes it over with the Skellies. Firecracker
Hopefully
not getting
Ian
on
wins,
top of the
though.
tower there.
I love this.
1941, Royal Ghost comes in, and Firecracker almost gets a shot off.
Okay, here we go. This is Lucas's chance to really strike back. Evo goes bidding out a lot of elixir on the left side.
Nice.
Miner trying to get some chip. And this is a really
Beautiful
solid
Miner
comeback
there.
from Lucas. It's just very even all of a sudden. Even Lucas taking lead.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ian's recognizing that Lucas is going to be able to defend as more elixir gets at his disposal. It's going to be so difficult to catch those miners over and over again, especially with that mighty miner. Sometimes you want to use it to protect the Hogs. Sometimes you need it defensively, as you can see right here, using it to protect that Firecracker.
Yep.
So now the miner going to be just a little bit harder to pick up.
And another Firecracker on the board, followed by another Hog. The Firecracker does not get hit by the Evo Cannon, but the Hog Rider push is successful in preventing too much damage.
And there you go, miner poison right off the gate. Doesn't have the ability to drop Skellies. Is Ian here? Lucas is taking the damage lead a little bit farther, and Ian knows this is a tough spot to be in. Lucas getting a great deck pick here. Again, coachless.
Firecracker trying to get on tower. I think no, it doesn't. It doesn't get a single amount of chip. It does a little bit now, though. Ian's trying to make something happen despite Lucas's very solid Hog defenses.
And these minions are great because that mighty miner, you want to use the ability to take him off the board, but now instead not going to be a good tank at the bridge here. Although Hog getting a little bit of protection from the mighty, Cannon going to clean things up, and now Lucas going right back on offense. Miner, Ice Spirit, Royal Ghost, minions.
Slight misstep on the Evo Cannon, forcing the Firecracker to come out for the minions. The poison does go down in case of skeletons, but Ian saves all of his elixir to try to make one final push here in triple time.
Yeah, Ian has to have a miracle happen here. Royal Ghost out on top of the cannon, minions, everything. And overspend doesn't matter when you have the lead, plus Miner, Poison, Juicy. Is there any way to turn this around other than a miracle or a misplay?
I think that it's possible. He needs to keep up the pressure, and he needs to have very cheap, effective defenses versus these Miner.
991, 883, Miner goes in. Firecracker to catch the minions at the bridge. Mighty Miner at the bridge on the opposite side. Most likely going to put a Hog behind. There it is.
Ian.
Early Earthquake, Cannon out of range. Great placement there from Lucas. Ian back in the lead, though.
Yeah, Ian back in the lead, continue to apply that pressure. Now a pre-poison plus Miner coming in hot. And Ian knows he can't defend. He decides to attack instead.
Hog does get pulled. Minions are there.
Oh my gosh.
Hog almost gets a hit.
Oh my gosh, it's so close. Another Hog inbound.
Need a way to stop this Hog. You need a way. There's the cannon.
The Evo Cannon stalls enough. One more miner inbound, and the poison is enough. Lucas X Gamer takes game number 1.
And what a beautiful showing there. I mean, Ian known for playing Hog EQ, being the best in the world at it, but Lucas is another exceptional Hog Rider player. So you got to imagine when someone is playing your bread and butter against you, Juicy, you know exactly where they're at in their cycle, what they need to play next to break through. And Ian was always just, or I should say, Lucas was maybe like a half step ahead every time.
Yeah, I mean, even at the very end there, it seems like the minions just staying alive a little bit longer, allowing the Hog defense to be a little bit easier with the Evo Cannon, and then focusing all of his elixir on making sure to get Miner and Poisons on tower.
Yeah, Miner Poison over and over and over again. Mighty Miner was never there to be able to catch that Miner because he was finding himself needing to use it on offense over and over again. And Juicy, is that strictly a matchup conversation? I mean, it was still very, very close.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at a matchup like this, we'll show you guys the deck here very shortly. The Earthquake for the cannon, you might think, wow, okay, that's got to be good for Hog EQ. But the true case here is he has the Barbell to control Firecracker. The Evo Ghost is the best evolution in the game currently. And also, Lucas just did a great job, like you said, understanding how Hog works, understanding when the pre-Earthquakes are going to come, and using the Skeletons and Ice Spirit to push the Hog over to the anti-Earthquake cannon placement.
The minions have been so exceptional all weekend long. Obviously, the increase in range, but just the inability to get on top of them so often. We saw that, like you just pointed out. Ian was struggling to get them off the board so his Hog breakthrough, right? You get that little bit of extra DPS from the minions. All of a sudden, that EQ early on the cannon doesn't really matter, and Lucas recognized that. And I also really loved his Ice Spirit minions pushes opposite side because it baited out the Firecracker where Ian didn't want it.
True. And then once again, this is why I just love Clash Royale League.
I know.
Because, you know, Lucas knows that the only way for Ian to clear the minions is with the Firecracker. So sometimes, not only reactively, but we saw predictive Skeletons to the bridge to block, predictive Barbell over the river to make sure those minions are good to go on DPS for defense.
And I gotta say, even though Lucas does take game number 1, it was still very, very close. Both these guys playing essentially perfect Clash Royale, Juice. And here we go. Game number 2 coming your way. Can Ian keep his debut alive, or will Lucas continue on in the lower bracket?
Man. Okay, Ian just going straight for the aggression. I like that. And we talked about yesterday, Goblin Hut, not really what you want to see defense-wise.
Yeah, not my favorite thing to run into a Goblin Hut, or I mean have a Goblin Hut for that. Mortar gonna clean it up pretty cleanly there. Gonna get some Goblins out to protect that Mortar, and now a Mortar shot is locked on the tower for at least a couple shots. AQ has to come down.
Okay, one shot is through though. And the Boss Bandit, will the ability, okay, the ability does get down from the Queen at time, but this Boss Bandit is still very healthy.
This looks, it has pieces of the deck that we saw Mo run yesterday with Skeleton Barrel. We saw the Overwhelm that he put on against Sandbox. That was the game where Mo took 0 damage at all. The only person to do it at all yesterday, which was absolutely incredible. Lucas here. What are we seeing here at the bottom of the screen, Juice? What do you think?
I got you. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the drill. A lot of the time with Evo Snowball, you will see drill as the main win condition. Matchup-wise, I actually kind of like it for Lucas.
Yeah.
You know, if Lucas can get his cycle correct, have the Queen for the mortars, and as well as use the Valkyrie efficiently on defense, he has a really good shot. But Ian is trying to basically abuse the fact that his starting hand was bad and continue to apply pressure while his cycle's messed up.
Yeah, and this is the deck that we saw Mo run yesterday. I had a little bit of fun with it, of course, being a new mortar deck I haven't seen out in the world yet. The synergy between the Boss Bandit and the Skeleton Barrel is really interesting. We're going to see it right here. You usually want the barrel in front of the tank unit, but instead you can go Boss Bandit up front. You can use the ability, get the Skeleton Barrel in. Wow. And Boss Bandit goes a little too far back. High Berserker there. Nice play by Lucas.
Wow. Okay, the Fire Spirit is going to tank. Evo Valkyrie, wow. Oh my gosh, I keep saying wow, but this is just, this is so amazing. But really nice from Lucas to kind of delay on that Valkyrie to try to get more value out of it, and Ian kind of playing into his hand with that gang.
And we finally see the first little lick of damage come through against this deck. As we said, Mo took 0 yesterday, and now Ian just takes a little bit from that Evo Valkyrie.
And Evo Snowball is in cycle, so we are going to see that front drill placement, but Ian is on top of it. He waits, plays the Barbell instead, and prevents the Evo Snowball from getting any value.
I mean, Juice, that's a situation where you just got to hover, right? I know you want to predict, but then if you predict with the Evo Snowball, that's worse than having to use it on defense.
Evo Skeleton Barrel in cycle. Boss Bandit almost connects. Will Lucas have enough elixir?
And Boss Bandit cashes.
Wow!
With the skellies. Boss Bandit at the bridge.
Lucas is low in elixir. He gets the Valkyrie down barely in time to stay in this match. But wow, insane pressure from Ian continuing to push the advantage.